Y'all guys like D&D? You like dragons? You like dwarves? That's what D&D stands for, right? I'm kind of a gamer, okay? I'm a tabletop gamer, whatever you want to call it. I like RPGs. I've been playing them for a long time. It's got to be more than 10 years. I've been playing them mainly online, okay? Mainly online. I'm not telling my IRL friends I roleplay as a fucking goblin and shit. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. That's when I tell them, guys, I've been roleplaying goblins on the internet, and they're like, hey, I do that too. I just didn't think, y'all guys would accept me. I'm like, yo, so let's play goblins together. And then we're all smiling. And they go, nah, bro, we were fucking with you. We don't roleplay goblins on the internet. You're a fucking loser, dude. And they all laugh at me. Yeah, I'm not having that situation happen. So that's why I stick to the internet. And I used to play these in Tabletop Simulator. This is I don't want to say it's an old game, but I guess it could be considered old. If it's considered old, but I'm old, so it's over. But my friends, we all decided to get together, and we're like, yo, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I didn't know what Dungeons and Dragons really was. I heard of it. Everyone probably heard of it. My first character was a Mongolian orc. He was pretty cool. The rest of the party, we had an elf paladin. The others are kind of forgettable. I think we had a hobbit. Yeah, or, a halfling, excuse me. Don't want to get copyrighted here. And I think we had another archer elf. I don't know. We got a new DM. He took over. The paladin elf, he became the DM. And this old story was thrown out, basically. We kept the characters somewhat. The paladin elf we kept. You'll see later. But the rest got rid of them. To do this, the little hobbit guy, I think he got like some tarot cards or whatever, and he pulled one and it ended the world. Or I guess fucked up the world. And this is what happened. We start out in a tavern. Yeah. These characters were spawned into a new world because a halfling, excuse me, decided to pull a card from the deck of many things and shattered the world. And the world he created was one that had the Roman Empire, they are up here, and the elves, they are down here. I know, this is a pretty original setting, but you have to understand, we had to been 14 or 15 when we were playing this, so, we had that Civ 5 brain on us. The party we had was me. I was an awesome rogue. I was cool and I was a Roman citizen. Yeah, we had other people. We had a little goblin. And he was a barbarian. His name was Drax. This was my favorite character. He's one of those gimmick characters a guy creates, and he's like, I don't want to play this guy after like 3 sessions in, but you have to commit to the bit, okay? Then we had a dwarf paladin. He was, generic dwarf. He was fine, though. He was cool. We had a really, really edgy ranger. This was our edgiest friend in our friend group. He'd always show up. He'd be like, I want to play a vampire and have 2 guns or whatever. But he was kind of like inconsistent. He'd show up every other session. So when he shows up, he just appears and we just accepted it. And that was our party. The first few sessions, we were doing normal D&D stuff, slaying goblins, sorry Drax, and solving crimes. And then another guy joined us. I think he was a warlock, and he was like a skeleton, but he always had to hide his appearance, and he needed our help. So we had another guy in our party now. We needed to help him get some Necronomicon or something like that, and we were fighting another evil wizard. And he was casting spells, and then Drax, he grabs his axe, and he runs up and he chops the book, and then the book explodes, killing Drax and the evil wizard. And we all just kind of look at our new ally, because he got us in this situation. He didn't kill Drax, but Drax, he can't really fight his nature. That's just what he does. It's like getting mad at a dog for running into traffic. A dog doesn't understand, he just does stuff. So you gotta get mad at the guy who let the dog get in that situation. And that's why we blame the evil wizard. Warlock, sorry. The evil warlock skeleton. Sorry for calling you a wizard, bro. I get it. We were down a player, but then we gained a player, so I guess we're just back to how we were. And we started walking along, and we found this cool arena. Of course we go inside. The DM put this here for a reason. So we go inside the arena, and we find the Elven Emperor, who is actually the paladin elf from the first campaign. That's why I had to bring that up, okay? I had to bring up the first campaign to explain this. And then we ran into the bad bitch witch. She was like a character that just showed up every now and then in our early quest, and yeah, me and her, we're chill, okay? We just chill like that, okay? My character did manage to get an audience with the Emperor, and he rolled some charisma checks, and let's just say they became best friends, but unfortunately, the Emperor of the Elves was batshit insane. So the rest of the party, they were chilling in the poor seats, and I was up there with the Emperor. I was right next to him. I was the Emperor's top guy, and we were going to watch some gladiatorial games. And that's when the replacement for Drax came in. He was a Roman fighter, and he was battling a whole bunch of orcs, and this was pretty hard on him. It was like a pretty tough fight, but he managed to get through it, and he won the Emperor's favor, and then we met with the guy after the game, and we're like, yo, you want to come and fuck with us? And he was like, sure, man, let's go fuck together. And then we all hung out, and we left, and then I got the bad bitch witch's number, just trust me, okay? And then we went on our merry way. We went through a mountain pass, we battled a couple orcs, we almost died. We found a haunted mansion, we went in there, we found a pocket dimension. We had to solve celestial games. I'm sorry, a lot of this stuff is not really fresh in my mind anymore. This was my first D&D campaign, and it's like special to me, but it was pretty simple. But it was like one of the best times in my life playing this campaign. I know that sounds lame, okay? That sounds really lame, but this was cool to me, okay? I was having fun, alright? And I wish I could say more about this campaign, but it just kind of abruptly ended. Which sucks, but that's just how most things are in life, okay? They happen, you have fun, and then one day, you don't realize it, it was like the last day you guys were going to be doing that campaign or whatever you're doing, and you never do it again, and life goes on. And we never got to see what happened at the end of this campaign, and I'm just kind of bummed out about that, okay? It's been probably 12 years since this campaign happened, and I'm still pissed off. Luckily, most of my campaigns I think I've actually finished. I just wanted to talk about this one first, just so you know how it started, how it began. And if I talk about the other campaigns, those should have endings, or at least are more fleshed out than this one. This was just kind of like the origin story. Anyways, I hope y'all guys have a good day, and I hope y'all guys are, vibing, bro. I hope y'all guys have a vibing time.